Hey guys, sorry, this is gonna have to be my second video because just as my tripod was falling over, I clicked the button to stop the video. So the first video only had the spelling words. Now I'm just going to continue with our high frequency words and then I'll go over our assignment for today, okay? So let's get going with our high frequency words. Later, L-A-T-E-R, later. Group, G-R-O-U-P, group. And you probably hear my dogs barking. I don't know what's going on down there. Life, L-I-F-E, life. Being, B-E-I-N-G, being. Face, F-A-C-E, face. Means, M-E-A-N-S, means. World, W-O-R-L-D, world. Follow, F-O-L-L-O-W, follow. So those are our high frequency words. And keep in mind, today is Thursday. This is the last day we're going over our words. Tomorrow is Assessment Friday. It's our last Assessment Friday. So make sure you study up. All right, now let's jump into our assignments. As always, we have our independent reading. So go to Raz Kids, read a book or read a book you have in your house, talk to someone about it, jot it down on your log. Second thing you're doing is you are going to write sentences for your spelling words. So you have your spelling words, you have 10 spelling words. You're going to write one sentence for each spelling word. So that means you're going to write 10 sentences. Okay, that is your homework portion of your assignment for today. This is the very, very, very last time you're going to be doing this, okay? So please make sure you make good sentences, 6 words or more, and they do not start with the word I. Third thing you're doing is you are going to click on the video. Sorry guys, there's something in my eye. You are going to click on the YouTube video for Pretty Selma, okay? We've talked about this. This is your third week of doing a version of Little Red Riding Hood. The first week you did a regular version. The second week you did Lon Po Po. Now this week you're doing Pretty Selma, which is a version of Little Red Riding Hood that takes place in Africa, okay? And we've discussed this before. The different version just means that there are a lot of similarities. It's pretty much the same story, but there are some key differences too. Sometimes the differences are very subtle, which it might just be a change in the setting or a change in what someone is wearing or what someone is doing. And other times the changes might be pretty big, where it may be, instead of a wolf, it might be a different animal. So there are similarities and there are differences, but it pretty much has the same storyline. They do make some changes depending on the version. So you're going to, for the last time, watch the video Pretty Selma, and then after that you're going to answer 2 questions. Now when you answer these 2 questions, please remember you have to restate the question. So for example, number 1 says, when does Granny understand that Mr. Dog is not Selma? So you're going to say, Granny understands that Mr. Dog is not Selma when, and tell me when Granny realizes that. So Granny must realize that Mr. Dog is not Selma. So what happens in the story that Granny says, oh, you are not Selma? What makes her think that? What does she see? What does she hear? Okay, so that's what I want you to do for that part. Number 2. Why doesn't Mr. Dog leave the house when Granny gets the broom? So if you're restating, you're going to say Mr. Dog does not leave the house when Granny gets the broom because, and tell me why. So what happens? Granny goes and get a broom, Mr. Dog doesn't leave. Why doesn't he leave? And then the last thing you are doing is your journal entry. And this is a perfect journal entry for today because it's been pretty hot these past couple of days. It's been really, really, really hot outside. So this journal is, if you could live in an igloo, what would you do inside? How would you live? So think about an igloo. An igloo would be in a place where it's very, very, very cold. Okay, that's how an igloo can survive. It's a type of shelter that can only survive in a place where it's really cold. So that's a good prompt for right now, because now we are really, really, really hot. So we think about it being cool, like in an igloo, and it might make you feel a little cooler. So I'm not giving you a prompt where you have to fill in the blank. So you're going to have to come up with your own opening. And you know by now, an opening can be a sound, it can be an exclamation, it can be a question, or you can start describing the setting. That will be your first sentence. Then in your next 5 or 6 sentences, you're going to tell me what you would do inside this igloo and how you would live. So start telling me all the things that you would do and how you would live inside the igloo. Then at the end, you have a closing. This is what I would do if I lived in an igloo. Or this is how I would live if I lived in an igloo. So you're just closing up or wrapping up that paragraph. And that is it for your assignment for today. Okay? I also want you to remember, please, please, please make sure that you are going on Core 5 and iReady. Again, this is the very, very last week that we have this structured set of assignments. Next week, it's going to be a little different. You're not going to have the same type of assignments because we're not going to have spelling words. We're not going to have high frequency words. So this is it, guys. I need you to really stick with it. I need you to focus. I need you to study so you can be ready for those assessments tomorrow. So have a great day. And as always, if you need me, come and find me in Google Classroom. That's where I'll be. I'm still waiting for you guys to send me some video or pictures of you doing your field day activities. I put one of my videos in there where I did the soccer skee ball. Giselle also put one of her videos in there. So I want you to add your videos so we can see what you guys were doing for field day, okay? And that's it for now. And I will talk to you guys soon. Bye, guys.